Friends, so today we are going to discuss the functions of the PPC, production planning control. So before going to the functions, so first we are looking to the definition of the production. So production means it will be converting the raw material to finished goods. So the highest efficiency in the production is obtained by manufacturing the required quality of the product of required quality at the required time by the best and cheapest method. So hence here the PPC is a tool to coordinate all the manufacturing activities in the production system. It will be coordinating all the manufacturing activities in the production system. So at right time, at right with a maximum quality with the cheapest price. So we are giving the production. So now we are going to see the functions of the PPC. So here, so in the PPC, we have a 3 steps: planning phase, action phase, and control phase. So here in the PPC, we have a planning phase, action phase. So here we have planning phase, action phase, and control phase. In the planning, we have a prior planning and active planning. In that prior planning, so we have a forecasting, order writing, product design. In the action planning, process planning, so and routing, material control, tool control, loading, and scheduling. Then we have a action phase, so that is about dispatching. Then we have a control phase in the PPC, so that is about progress reporting, in that data progressing and corrective action, expediting and follow. Then we have a replanning. So these are the functions of the PPC. These are the functions of the PPC. Prior planning, and in the planning phase we have a prior planning and active planning. Then we have a action phase, and third one is the control phase. In the action phase we have a dispatching. In the prior planning we have a forecasting, order writing, product design, and active planning, routing, material control, tool control, loading, and scheduling. In the action phase we have a dispatching. In the control phase we have a progress planning, progress reporting, that is about data processing. In the corrective action, so expediting, speed up, expediting and follow up, and replanning. So these are the important functions and various stages involved in the production planning control. So now we are going to see one by one. So in the prior planning, first one is the forecasting. We need to estimate the future demand. So the estimation type, quality, estimation of type. In the forecasting means we need to estimate the future demand. That is the quality and quantity of the future work. Estimating the future demand. So we have a different type of forecasting methods: quality to forecasting methods and quantity to forecasting method, right? So we need to estimate the future demand. So that is about in that prior planning, first one is the forecasting. So that means estimating the future demand. Then we need to order writing. We have order writing. So giving authority to one or more persons to undertake a particular job. So after the forecasting, after estimating the future demand, so we have a after writing in the expert, so giving authority to one or more person to undertake a particular job. Then we have a product design. So collection of information regarding the specification, BOM, drawings, anything. So first, whatever the thought you have to mind, that we need to design the product design. So where we can create, how we are creating, how many members are creating, which type of machines we are going to use. Like that, the product design will be there. After the prior planning, so we have a action planning. So that is about routing, material control, tool control, loading, and scheduling. So in that in the planning phase we have a prior planning and active planning. In that prior planning we have forecasting, order writing, and product design. In the active planning, so routing, material control, tool control, loading, and scheduling. These are the steps involved in the active planning in the planning phase. So here we have a functions of the PPC, that is about the planning phase, action phase and control phase. So in the planning phase we have a prior planning and active planning. In that active planning we have a routing, material control, tool control, loading. So one by one we are going to see. So in the action phasing we have dispatching, and in the control phasing we have a progress reporting and collective action, expediting and replanning. So various stages in the PPC, that planning phase. In that planning phase we have a prior planning and active planning. So we are going to see the planning phase functions. So in the routing, sequencing, scheduling, dispatching and follow. So routing means routing, the first step in the production planning control. Routing can be defined as the process of deciding the path route of the work in the sequence of operations. Routing means sequence of operations. Routing means sequence of operations. So routing what, how much, which, how and where the produce, where we need to produce, how much we are going to. So for example, we need to make a gear. How? So first we need to done the casting. After the casting we need to we are going to the by milling machine in the gear cutting. After the milling, then we need to finishing the gear operations. After the finishing we need to, like that, sequence of operations will be there. So routing can be defined as the process deciding the path, route of the work and the sequence of operations. So where we are going to done, where we are going to produce, how much we are going to produce, which machines we are going to use, how many members involved in this work, where we are going to produce. So like that, sequence of operations in the routing. Routing means sequence of operations. So this is the first step in the production plan. So second step will be route card. These are the route card. Then we have a worksheet. Then sequencing defined as the order in which jobs are passed through the machines or workstations for processing. So sequencing, so the which jobs pass through the machines or workstation for processing. The main aim is to find out such sequence out in the possible sequence that will complete the work in the shortest time. So the main thing here, we need to complete within the time. We need to complete the production within the shortest time. Sequencing problems becomes reduces the number of jobs and machine increases. So we need to complete the work within the shortest time. So that is about sequencing. Then we need a scheduling and loading. In the prior planning and action planning, we have a scheduling and loading. For loading means we need to assign the works. We need to assign the works for the machines, for the man. After the loading, we have one more function of the PPC, that is about scheduling. Scheduling means setting and starting and finishing dates. Setting up, starting and finishing dates for each operation, assembly and finished products. So fix the amount of work to do. Scheduling means time consideration. Fix the amount of work to do. Arrange the different manufacturing operations in order of the priority. Fix the starting and completing. Starting and completing day, as well as fix the starting and completing the time for each operation. So this is about scheduling. Loading means we need to allocate the workload. We need to assign the work for the machines, and as well as we need to assign the work for human beings, men. So after the planning phasing, we have a control phase. We have a planning phase and control phase. Then we have a dispatching. So we have a planning phase. In that planning phase we have a prior planning and active planning. Then we have a action phase. In that action phase we have a dispatching. In the action phase we have a dispatching. After that we have a control phase. So these are the related to route sheet and sequencing and scheduling. After that action phase, we have a dispatching. Dispatching means issuing the orders. Dispatching means issuing the orders. So we are giving the tool order, we are giving the move order, work order, jigs order, fix order, quality control. After the completion of the work, we need to give the inspection order. Like that, dispatching means we are authenticatingly giving the orders. The work will be start. So after the scheduling, so when next step will be the dispatching. So also means the starting and actual production of the particular work which has been planned in the routing schedule. It provides the necessary authority. It provides the necessary authority to start the work. The dispatching means so necessary authority to start the work. It is based on the route sheet and schedule sheets. We are giving the orders. We are giving the order based on the route sheets and schedule sheets. So dispatching means we are giving the orders. We are issuing the orders for the material, tool order, fix order, etc., which are necessary for the actual production. Issue of orders, issue of instructions, drawing, etc., for the starting of work. So authentically we are giving the orders for the starting of the work, issuing the orders. So maintaining proper records for the starting and completing each job on time. So this is about action phase. In that action phase, we have only one function of the PPC, that is about dispatching. Dispatching means we are giving the orders. Authentically we are starting the work, issuing the orders for the materials, issuing the order for tools, issuing the orders for fixtures. Like that we are issuing the orders. So maintaining the proper record for the starting and completing each job on time. So moving the work from one process to another as per our schedule. So based on the route sheets, schedule sheets, we are authentically give the orders. Starting and the control procedure, recording the idle time for the machines, recording the idle time of the machines. So these are the functions of these are the objectives of the dispatching. Dispatching means issuing the orders. Authentically we are starting the work. Then we have a control phase. In that control phase, we have a follow up and expediting. Follow up or expediting. So this is the last step in the production planning and control. It is a controlling device. So this is about controlling phase. It is concerned with the evaluation of the result. It is concerned with the evaluation of the result. So follow up means find out any remove of the defects. So if any mission delay, so where the work is delay, as per our schedule we have planned any deviation in the production line, so we need to follow up the work. We need to speed up the work. Expediting means speed up the work. Follow finds out the remove the defects, delays, limitations, bottlenecks, loopholes, etc. in the production process. It measures the actual performance and compared to the expected performance. So it measures the actual performance and compared to the expected performance. So it maintains proper records of work, delays and bottlenecks. Such records are used in the future to control the production. So any deviation, any delay in the production, we need to speed up. We need to speed up the production process. So these are the main steps involved in the production planning control. So we have 3 stages: production planning phase, action phase, and control phase. So these are the 3 main important phases in the production planning control. I hope you are understanding the concept of the PPC functions.